it going? How you doing, Gunnar?
I'm good.
You hanging out?
Hanging out, living the dream.
Living the dream. It's sunny here.
Is it?
Yep, it's sunny. It is in the 60s.
Nice. It's supposed to be in the 60s here too.
They're lying to you.
They probably.
Wow, just coughing right in my ear like that. I'm gonna get the Rona from you.
Oh, you know what? I wonder if.
Hello?
Ah, nice. I have a cough button here. Perfect.
It is 63. I was wondering why you just went silent. Hello, and welcome to the Swingdom. My name is Ben. I am a 10.4 handicap. I play Cobra Golf Clubs. I'm here with my buddy Gunnar. He's an 8 handicap. He plays Titleist.
I do play Titleist.
Ooh.
Fancy.
Yeah, and we are here to talk about all the things in the Swingdom of golf. We are 2 guys, 28 clubs, and 0 putts given.
Ben, I have a question for you.
Yeah?
You ever given a putt?
It's a story I'm not going to tell now, but occasionally I've given a putt once or twice in my life.
But no longer.
I feel ashamed of myself for doing it. I felt ashamed of myself at the time.
I was getting afraid we might have to change our tagline. As long as you quit.
Yeah, I've quit. I've quit giving people putts. You want to? Because you've seen people miss from like 6 inches because they're just tapping it in. They're like, no, that doesn't count. That doesn't count.
Yeah, no.
Can I have that back? Can I have that putt back? No.
You have to line up your putts. I don't care how close they are. Just take it seriously.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Every shot counts.
Every shot.
Every shot counts.
I can't remember who said it.
Live under par.
Live under par. That's right.
These guys are good.
They're so good while we're young.
Yep.
How many PGA taglines can we come up with?
0 putts given.
That's the new one. You're welcome, PGA. No, you have to, if it's 400 yards or 4 inches.
It's not cheating. It's a yardage book.
That's it's so cheating. We all know it's cheating.
It's not cheating. It's a map of the greens with undulations and everything.
God, don't get me started. I'll freak out.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so this week in the news of golf, they've changed the tour schedule again.
They sure did.
I've got to kind of look at it a little bit because.
So first they come out, right? We already talked about this. First they come out and they say, listen, we're just going to do the Fedex Cup playoffs, and then we're going to play some majors and the Ryder Cup. Then they came out earlier in the week or late last week and said, okay, we're going to come back. We're going to add a couple more events. We think we can start it on June 25th. We're going to start it at the Travelers, and we're not going to have any fans. And that came out through Golf Digest.
Yeah.
And
also PGA, yeah.
Yeah, and then 3 days ago, they said, no, we're going to start it a few weeks earlier than that with the Charles Schwab Challenge. That's so hard to say. They should change that.
Yeah.
On June 8th and finish out a resumed schedule with no fans. So basically they're thinking, okay, we can cut all the events out until Charles Schwab and then finish out no fans but still have that wonky majors schedule.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Yeah, this is it says print out the 2019-2000 schedule on the PGA Tour. So I clicked here and it was the actual it was the old schedule. So I was just spending the last 30 seconds looking at the old schedule. And hopefully they fixed it here.
Well, I was looking at you and I were talking yesterday.
Yeah.
All fair about looking for, nearby events.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a really hard time finding which site was most updated.
Yeah.
So they're really not doing a good job of keeping everybody who with an interest informed, sad to say.
No.
But it doesn't sound like they're too informed themselves.
No, I'm having a hard time. This doesn't make any sense.
And look, I get it. If you're not going to have fans there, why are you going to inform the fans of your schedule?
Yeah.
But I don't get it. I just lied. I don't get it. I want to watch it. You should at least be like, hey, this is when it's going to be on TV.
Yeah. Yeah, because right now I'm having a hard time even finding it. I did come to the realization this week. I realized why they canceled the British Open, the oldest tournament in golf.
Why?
Because so that they can make the 150th instead of the 151st at St. Andrews.
Oh, that's sneaky.
That is sneaky, right?
That is sneaky. Look, it would have been great to have it fall at St. Andrews, but let me let you into a little secret. They plan these things out years in advance.
So far in advance. Like they know the next two.
There. Yeah. Do you think St. Andrews threw a fit as a golf course, threw a fit about not having the 150th
I think so.
At their course?
I would imagine.
I mean, look, when I went to the U.S. Open at Shinnecock, they have all these those tall flag banners.
Yeah.
That you see, promoting events. They have them. They all of them are saying, hey, the 2019 U.S. Open is going to be here. 2020 is going to be here. 2021 is going to be here. They already know. They have the stuff printed up.
Yeah, they have it till 2024 already because I think they know 2024 is going to be a Royal Troon.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out where. So 2022 is going to be St. Andrews. I thought 2020 was supposed to be Royal St. George's.
I don't know. That's your side of the pond, my friend.
Yeah. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it all out.
Now that I say that, though, I don't know where the U.S. Opens are being held.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm putting unfair pressure on you right now.
It's okay. It's all right. Yeah. I'll figure that out. I'm not too worried, but I'll figure it out for next week. Yeah, it sort of pulled up in my skull, and I was sort of like, that is sneaky, because if this is the 149th Open, it's canceled. Does that makes next year's the 149th Open?
Yes.
So I've just got to figure out which club is getting the shaft. Because I can't figure this out because these schedules are becoming so hard to figure out.
Well, like I said, I don't think they've really got themselves together.
No,
I mean they say they do, but they don't.
No, I mean this is all
schedule.
This is all this all has to do on whether or not the Rona slows down.
Yeah, and
because social distancing, no offense, but I trust my caddy, but unless my caddy is taking a shower in Purell, I don't want to get this thing. It would be nice if they got back, in June, but nobody knows what's happening.
No.
I think the safest bet is that the Masters are happening in November.
Yes.
And that's
the safest bet.
That's the bet I'm not even sure I put money on yet.
No.
No,
I agree. I agree with you, especially because they've changed the schedule up 3 times in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's kind of on the surface. We don't know what we're going to do.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I totally agree. All right. Now, it took me 10 minutes. I finally found the June to restart 2020 season. Ugh.
Nice.
Ugh. June 25th. Sorry, I'm just reading. I'm reading slowly right now. What? Is this not it?
That's not the one. That's the old one. The June 25th restart is the old one. It was updated 3 days ago to now push it back or push it up to June 8th.
This is 5 days ago. 3 days ago.
3 days ago. Yeah, 3 days ago. They changed it again. That's what I'm saying. It's insane.
September 24th.
PGA, get yourself together. Hey, since you're good friends with Jay Monahan now.
Yeah.
Tell him, come on. Just pick.
What's Open Week? Is that the U.S. Open?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's like an open week. It's like a week they're not playing golf because it says Thanksgiving. It just says open week.
Free week. That's probably when Tiger and Phil are going to have their rematch. That's what I'm talking about. Let me have that.
I have not done that. I did not do that this week.
Me neither.
Yeah. All right. So the schedule changes. Mm-hmm. I think the only thing that is the most, and I wouldn't put money on it, is that the Masters are going to be in November. So the Masters are going to be in November. Your boy Rory, he's got some positive things to say about November.
Yeah, Rory has a chat with Michelle Wee on ESPN and says, quote, I always feel there's a bit of anticipation going into Augusta, the first big event of the year. There's all this hype. It's going to be a different Masters this year, but personally, maybe selfishly, that's what I need to get the jacket.
Yeah. Moment of silence.
Moment of silence for Rory McIlroy completing the Rory Slam.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is do you think that Rory, do you think it's just like the living nightmare that every time he goes back to Augusta, he imagines himself putting it like out of bounds into that guy's yard or nearly out of bounds?
Yeah, I think it's a weird, like a Jordan Spieth issue.
Yeah, like Jordan Spieth will never look at number 12 the same.
Right. Yeah, and I think that's what Rory has. I think all the pressure is off because it's not this big pomp and circumstance week anymore.
Yeah, because it's not the beginning of spring and summer.
Right, and I'm sure it will be.
I don't think it can be because it's the weekend before Thanksgiving.
Right.
Right? Which is like notoriously the slowest week of all time.
It is.
Just because everybody knows they're having a 2-day week the next week. Mm-hmm. And then they all have to travel for Thanksgiving.
Right. And then what happens when the rest of the sports start trickling back in?
Yeah.
If they do, then the Masters loses its pizzazz, if you will.
Yeah. Especially if the NFL is in town.
Oh yeah. Then it's over.
Yeah.
And then Rory McIlroy is winning.
Then he's got no pressure.
No pressure. He's winning it.
Yeah. But he'll only be able to wear the green jacket for like 5.5 months.
That's okay. 2 Masters in 6 months. Man, that's going to be awesome.
It's going to be cool. I was wondering, will he only be allowed to wear the jacket for 6 months, or will there be 2 jackets out there?
No, it's going to be 2 jackets.
Okay, they're going to let him keep it for the full year?
Yeah, they're going to let him take it on tour.
Yeah.
Although it will be weird to see 2 players touring the jacket at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe they'll meet up. It could be cool media stuff to have 2 jackets. They'll do commercials.
Well, then who do you think will win the 2021 Masters?
Tiger.
Really?
No, it's too early to tell.
Rory. I think it's going to be Rory.
Well, if he doesn't win it, the 2020 Masters, then he's winning the 2021. No, yeah. I'm sure everybody listening can tell, I am hard rooting for Rory McIlroy to win. But
I'm rooting for Spieth. I want Spieth to get his mojo back.
I can't make a but I can't make a pick.
And I'm rooting for Tiger.
Like a true pick. I'm just rooting for Rory because I want to see. I really like Rory McIlroy. Come on.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree with you. Yeah, I was reading something this week that that Jordan Spieth has basically tried to get so much distance he's lost control of his game.
Do you think he's trying to keep up with do you think he sees players like Ricky and Justin Thomas they're all the same size basically. JT's pretty short compared to
but he's such a string bean.
Well, but he's
got such a different body type to Ricky and Jordan.
And he has the highest distance to size ratio on tour.
Yeah.
You think he's like, oh man, these guys are a little bit younger than me, or I'm right in the same age bracket, and they're bombing it everywhere. Nobody can deny Ricky Fowler hits bombs.
Yeah.
He has a hard time closing in. But do you think that has something to do with it? I think
that has all to do. I think it has to do with. I was reading in the article that his downfall started after he lost the PGA. I think it was the PGA to Jason Day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, first major.
What?
Jason Day's first major.
Yeah, first and only major. That was a fun one to watch. But I mean, if you watch that, you saw that every drive Day was hitting was between 30 and 70 yards past Jordan Spieth's.
Yeah, and it took him out of the field. Yeah.
And the thing is I don't know that it took him out of the field, but I think it took him out of his gameplay. It took him out of his normal gameplay.
Oh yeah, and you hear so much about that. I mean, even us amateur golfers have to do that, where we have to play our own game. I preach that to my son all the time.
Yeah.
When he's frustrated that some kid's way out hitting him, and I'm like, you've got a wall full of medals and trophies that prove you can play this game, but just play your game.
Yeah.
Maybe Jordan Spieth needs that talk. Give me his phone number.
Yeah. Maybe call Greller, see if you and Greller can write him letters, and we'll write down letters, and we'll have a little powwow session with him. A little what's the word? I'm losing words already today. It's not even 3:00. It's almost 3:00. An intervention. We'll have a Jordan Spieth. You don't need to hit the ball that far. Intervention.
Yeah, I bet you I can get through to Greller. I mean, he's a former educator. I am an educator.
Yeah. He's still an educator. He's still educating Spieth on where to roll his putts.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'll call him.
Yep. Next on the news. This is the biggest news this week. The biggest news this week that I've seen this for the last 3 days all over social media. Tiger Woods chews orange-flavored Trident.
I mean, thank God we found this out.
Yes. I was worried. I didn't realize the thing is he's chewing the gum. I always thought orange-flavored Trident was orange, like it was orange-colored. And if you see the gum he's chewing in his mouth in all the pictures, it's white gum. I think this is a sham.
Why did he answer this question?
Why did anybody ask this question?
So I have everybody stay tuned to our Instagram because I will be reposting the Q&A with Tiger Woods, where he's asked a series of mundane questions that have really rocked the golf world.
Yeah.
It's silly. There's just Twitter questions and he's answering them, and somebody said, "What's the gum?" But I will tell you, thank goodness we found this out, because you and I can now buy orange Trident.
Now I can win the Masters.
And win the Masters.
Now that I know what gum Tiger Woods is winning, I can probably make up 18 majors.
It really does speak to the importance of not needing to know how to play golf.
Yeah.
You don't need to know. As long as you're chewing the right gum.
You got to trust your game and have orange flavored gum.
How much stock How much does stock go up in
A lot.
Trident?
What would you give me a look at? Are they even publicly traded? Let's see.
I don't know. See if we can buy stock in Trident.
Yeah.
Or whoever owns
I wonder if they'll
Trident.
start putting little green jackets on the boxes.
Oh, I would buy them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a sucker for. Now I'm losing words.
Sorry. No, it's gone down. Trident stock has gone down.
Oh no.
I don't think it just says Trident. I don't know if that's the same as Trident gum. More news. They're getting rid of the Greenbrier next year. Next year.
No, and it's right up the road from me.
Yeah, the white course. I've always wanted to play the TPC white course.
TPC Old White. They have packages where you can go. Well, maybe they're getting rid of them now, but they have packages where you can go on like a couples retreat, and part of it.
Are we going to go together?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you here live on air. Is you can do horseback riding.
That's good. I like horseback riding.
And you can do falconry, which.
Oh, I want to learn falcon. I want to catch a falcon and learn falconry so bad.
Yeah, so you can do that. You can do archery, and you can play. You get to pick from two.
Just play loads of golf. At this point in my life, I just need more golf.
And TPC Old White's included.
Oh, and so they're continuing. So this is the schedule change. Sort of, we're going to wrap this up with the schedule change. They're going to try to have a conclusive winner of the FedEx Cup.
Oh yeah.
Well, isn't that the plan? They're saying that they have enough.
Look, I don't. How are you going to do that? How are you going to have with no tournament? You're just going to hand $10 million to somebody who hasn't played in 6 months.
I'm okay with that. I just so this is my question, right? So
you should prorate it. That's what you should do.
Dustin Johnson was gonna blow off the Olympics to try to win the FedEx Cup this time.
Mm-hmm. No,
right? And right now he is 14 players out of not making the Northern Trust.
Yikes.
You know what I mean? He's 111th ranked in the FedEx Cup standings. The thing is does he have any shot to win it this year? I don't know if anybody's come from that far back to win it. That would be interesting.
I guess it really depends now that they keep adding tournaments. Maybe this is why they're adding tournaments to the schedule.
Yeah.
So that there's
enough aggregate points to make the FedEx Cup a real deal. Yeah,
because otherwise, I'm serious. What are you going to do with the $10 million? You can hand out the trophy. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
But unless you're going to prorate it and say, hey, we cut 15 tournaments off.
Yeah, it's 15 tournaments. FedEx did not get to advertise that.
Right. I mean, they're not going to have the money to give out.
Yeah.
And now that we're talking about this, what I'm hearing is what I'm thinking to myself is they just started this rule of having to play a certain amount of tournaments.
Yeah.
So does that get foregone too?
It must. It must. But I thought that had more to do with the European tour.
No, that's on both tours. And then there's not enough space in the remaining tournaments for everybody to get their quota.
Yeah.
This is a mess. This is just a mess.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Bronson Burgoon is ahead of Dustin Johnson by about 14 players.
That might be the weirdest thing I've ever heard you say.
Bronson Burgoon?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure he's one of Michael's guys.
I think he is.
Isn't that the guy who yelled at Bootsy?
It is. Yeah,
Give
they're giving
Bootsy
him
the
dirty
death
look.
stare. He's like in the middle of my screen right now. I was like, ooh, Bronson Burgoon. Don't you give death
We were
stares
at
to
that
to
tournament.
Bootsy? I
We were at
know.
that tournament the day before it happened.
Yeah. If we had seen him give Bootsy the death stare,
I know. Oh, it would have been over.
it would have been over, yeah.
We would have given him a piece of our mind.
I would have screamed La Cheesery in his backswing.
Right in his backswing. Take that.
Yeah. All right, that's the news. You have any more news?
Well, yeah, I have one more thing because I want to get your take on this.
Okay.
And this is something I came across, and this has been going around. So for golf.com, retired PGA teaching professional, all right, met with Josh Sens of golf.com, Mansell Davis.
Not a real name.
That's what I said.
Mansell
Davis.
Is that a last name?
Davis is the last name.
Okay.
Maybe he's using a fake name.
Yeah.
Nicknamed the King of Aces.
Mm-hmm. Is he a
Okay.
poker player?
Golf? No, he has a claim that he has 51 hole-in-ones.
Okay.
Now, before we make any judgments here, his longest is a 447-yard par 4 at Miracle Hills in Texas. He also took a polygraph for golf.com to corroborate his story.
Okay.
Now, do you think, this is my first question. I have two questions for you because I'm withholding a little bit of information. Do you think it's possible to get 51 hole-in-ones?
So for me, so how old did you say he was?
He's retired, so he's in his 70s, I believe, 60s or 70s.
Okay, he's in his 60s or 70s. He's got 51.
Mm-hmm.
So give or take like one a year.
Uh-huh.
Let's say 0.8 a year
Mm-hmm.
for 50 years. No, I'm sorry, for 60 years. If he's like 70. He's probably been playing since he was 10.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is he including stuff at putt courses?
And so there was something about it where he had 20 hole-in-ones by the time he was 19. So
Okay.
So here's my second question, and I'm going to give you the rest of this information because this is really where, and let me preface this by, if he did, that's amazing. I'm just really confused by this little piece of information that he claims he has eyewitness account for every single one of them.
Well, he should have. I mean, the thing is, if I hit a hole-in-one, I'd keep the scorecard.
Well, this is where I become skeptical because if you've got to play a lot of golf to be getting a hole-in-one 51 times.
Yes.
You're telling me that every time you played golf, you had somebody with you? There's not one time where he went out by himself and presumably scored an ace. How many aces have you ever seen?
None.
Right. I've only seen one.
How many shots have you seen within 3 feet on a par 3?
Not 51.
No. Maybe
Right.
5?
And I've been playing for 10 years.
How many birdies do you have?
A lot.
You have more than 51 birdies?
Oh, yeah.
You've been playing for 9 years, you have more than 51 birdies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've been playing for 10 years. I probably have around 50 birdies.
Yeah, I have a few eagles too, but not that many, not 51.
Yeah.
I might have like 20. I might have 20
Eagles?
Yeah, I have a lot of double bogeys though, so.
You have a lot more double bogeys than you do eagles.
Well, that's for sure.
But I think this is the big difference. Like, I don't think I've ever played a golf course more than 10 times.
Mm-hmm.
There maybe there's 2 golf courses I've played, and I probably play golf 40 to 50 times a year.
Right. That's a high amount of golf.
I try to play golf once a week. It's going to go up now that I'm a member of a local golf course, though, so I'm excited about that.
That's right. Well, it does. I can promise you that. It goes up.
So
I just get real skeptical That's where I stopped believing the whole story. I'm like, oh wow, 51 hole-in-ones. Oh wow, you've got some on par fours. Oh wow, you passed the polygraph.
Oh, this is a quick would you rather? Would you rather have 50 hole-in-ones by the time you're 50 basically?
Mm-hmm.
Or would you rather have shot a 55 from the tips at like a PGA Tour golf course?
55.
Okay, just making sure.
Yep. Yeah. That goes down in history.
So I mean, apparently 51 hole-in-ones does as well.
Well, I don't know. This guy came out of nowhere. This sounds like a big fish story to me.
Okay.
That's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to get your take on it. It's possible.
No, I don't believe it.
But to have
I've never heard of anybody who has like more than 3 hole-in-ones.
That's totally believable.
Yeah.
That's totally believable. And it's totally believable to not have a hole-in-one you play for 50 years.
Yeah.
I get it. I've come close, but close doesn't count.
Nope. And that's the other thing. It's like, is this all on regulation golf courses, or is this?
I probably have 51 hole-in-ones on a putt-putt course.
No, not putt-putt, but like there's a par 3 course we play by our house.
Right.
Does that count? Where like every hole is between 80 and 160 yards, but every hole's a par 3, so you have 9 chances to get a hole-in-one.
I don't know. I just get skeptical when somebody says, "Oh, somebody signed off on it every time."
If I played Schoolhouse 9 every day for 50 years, I'd probably say I'd have 2 to 3 hole-in-ones a year.
Yeah, you get lucky once, and your game would pick up, so you'd increase your chances. But
I was playing, I'd probably end up playing 7. If I lived at Schoolhouse 9, I was playing 72 holes a week. So I was playing 18 holes 4 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably have 2 or 3 hole-in-ones a year, just because I would get to know that course so well.
So would you discredit this if par 3 courses were included?
Yes.
Same.
Yeah,
I think that's an unfair advantage.
It's not a real. You're not playing to 70. You're not playing to between 69 and 74.
Yeah, you're not playing golf. You're working on your irons.
You're not getting tired. You're dialing in your irons.
Right.
You don't have to worry about placing your ball. Like, you know what I mean? You're not going between like different. Like, you're not going between a driver shot then an iron shot. Right. I'd be interested to know how many eagles he has.
Well, he's got 1 albatross, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, eagles on par 4s.
Oh yeah, where you're just tapping in, or you're making long putts. I don't know.
No. Where like you're knocking it in from 150 out.
That would have to be high.
Yeah,
he's so precise that he's getting 51 hole-in-ones.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how many eagles does he have from how many eagles does he have from pitching range? Not chipping range, not putting, but pitching range on par 4s.
And now that you say this, why wasn't he playing on tour if he was this good?
That was the first thing I was going to ask you. How come I've never heard of this guy? If he's making a hole-in-one every year,
I don't buy it.
He's probably just got his home. If it is true, he's got his home course dialed in.
Yeah.
And if he's the pro, he may go out and play 4 holes with somebody, and then we'll go back to the clubhouse.
I don't know. I'm just not on board with it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Sorry, all Mr. Right. Davis.
Mr. Davis, you're going to have to prove it to us. We're the only ones that matter.
Yep.
All right. We will be right back with the Swingdom after messages from our sponsors. We have sponsors?
Oh, yeah, we do.
Yeah.
The Swingdom podcast is brought to you by Bananas.
Ooh.
Looking for a delicious and nutritious snack to pack in your golf bag? Standing in the middle of the kitchen looking for food because you're so bored? Get a banana. Bananas. Potassium.
All right, cool. All right, so now we are going into – last week we gave you our Celebrity Ryder Cup.
That's right.
This week we'll give you a Celebrity Ryder Cup.
Pairings.
We've got to do our captain's picks.
Mm-hmm.
So
I have two and I have two, right?
I have four people in. I had four people in the running.
Same.
And I had to get rid of two of them.
You have to use two of them.
And then I got rid of the other two. All right, you want to go first or you want me to go first?
Who went first for making the team?
You did.
All right, you go first.
All right, my first pick. It's the other Manning brother, Eli Manning, quarterback of the New York Giants. Where's he now? Did he retire?
He retired.
Oh, okay. He didn't go anywhere else?
Nope.
I want to see him and Peyton just have fun.
Well, he's got more time to play golf now.
And I think I've made their other brother, but nobody remembers his name.
Cooper.
Yeah, I'm going to make him a co-captain.
What? Manning.
I just don't want him to feel left out. He seems like a nice guy.
He's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
What's
Big brother,
handicap?
little brother duel. He's a 10 handicap.
Wow.
I would play Eli Manning, and we would give each other 0 strokes because guess what? I'm also a 10 handicap.
Man. All right, so my captain's pick.
Yes.
I like that. My captain's pick is surprisingly a lower handicap than I expected.
Ooh.
But it's going to be Carson Daly.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. Carson Daly. He's got that podcast with the Roorster.
Yeah, that's kind of what got me to look at him.
Are we snaking this then? Did you get another pick then?
No, we'll just go back and forth.
Okay, so now I have – this was a tough one. Because at first I saw there was Oliver Hudson. He's a 5 handicap.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to say, who's Oliver Hudson? Let me tell you. He is on a TV show called Rules of Engagement. But that is not nearly as important as being Kate Hudson's brother.
Ooh.
The son of Goldie Hawn.
Wow.
So I was like, if you bring both of them, you could be on the team. And I was like, maybe. Then I remembered the great Carlton.
Ooh.
Alfonso Ribeiro.
What a good – he's so entertaining too.
He is very entertaining. He's good at golf. He's either a scratch or a 5. I can't read my own handwriting. He's one or the other. You give him a 5. Just looks like a lot of fun. It seems like a really nice guy. Will Smith is also on my team, so it'd be a nice little Fresh Prince reunion.
It sure would be.
That would be a lot of fun. But you know what I said? I said, I've got the Fresh Prince. Nobody needs the Fresh Prince's little brother, little prince. I don't know how that works. Cousin. He's just a cousin.
Would also be a brother.
He would he would be the Fresh Duke of Bel-Air.
I think he was was Will Smith adopted in the show?
I thought it was he moves in with his auntie and uncle in Bel-Air.
Yeah, but was he officially adopted? Because then that would make Alfonso his brother.
Maybe eventually, but in the beginning they're just cousins. And if he's a cousin, he's a duke.
He's a duke.
So he's the Duke of Bel-Air. He doesn't get any credit for being the Duke of Bel-Air.
Yeah, not as fresh.
No.
No.
But I ultimately this comes with a caveat as well.
Yes.
I'm going with Justin Verlander.
Ooh.
Who is a 4 handicap.
Wow.
But Kate Upton has to be on his bag. Kate Upton is there for moral support.
For everybody.
Yes.
For everybody. I love it.
So I've got Eli Manning and Justin Verlander. My team is very, very sports heavy.
It is sports heavy. So what I have is for my final captain's pick.
Yes.
Who has a long history in golf.
No.
It is none other than
Hold on, let me guess.
What?
Is it Jim Nance?
It's not.
You said Kevin. You said Kevin.
Kevin.
Is it Kevin Bacon?
No.
Okay.
It is Kevin Costner.
Ooh.
So that's my captain's picks: Carson Daly and Kevin Costner. And
he could play with Matt Wolf.
That he could.
Because he was in Dances with Wolves. They can dance together.
That's right. And you know what? Ben? Our teams are officially set. What do you say about that?
That's good. Yeah. That's good. I like that. Eli Manning and Justin Verlander with Kate Upton. And you've got Carson Daly, host of MTV's TRL, and Kevin Costner, movie star extraordinaire. So how many pairings do we need for day one?
All right. So for day one, we have 4-ball and foursome pairings. So we have 8 total pairings. So I have made my teams. I would assume that you have also made your teams, or are you going to make your teams on the fly?
A little bit of both. I have 4 pairings so far. How many do I need again?
You need 8 total pairings, but they can be the
8
same.
pairings.
Yeah, but they can be the same because the morning is 4-ball and the afternoon is foursomes.
Okay. I'm kind of getting there.
So 4-ball is going to be alt shot, and foursomes are just going to be best score gets written down.
Mm-hmm. All right. I've got 4 pairings for the morning and 4 pairings for the evening. Okay. Well, since you went first and then I went first, you get to go first again. Day 1 pairing this is a 4-ball?
This is 4-ball pairings.
All right.
So here is my first pairing, and I strategically paired my people up because I overthink this for fantasy golf. And I have Peyton Manning, in my first pairing. And I thought to myself, well, he really needs somebody to work off of. And what does a quarterback work off of better than a wide receiver? So I have Peyton Manning paired up with Larry Fitzgerald.
Nice. So my first pairing, this is a quarterback football duel. My first pairing is Matt Ryan.
Nice.
And he is taking a jog, a hard morning jog. We can call it a run if you want to.
Sure.
To Gettysburg.
Ooh.
And he's getting a speech from Denzel Washington reminding him that he's the youngest son of 9. I've got Matt Ryan and Denzel Washington going out first. Their team name is Remember the Titans.
Remember the Falcons.
Remember the Falcons.
I like it.
Remember the Ryans.
All right, so they're paired up.
All right.
I got it right here.
Yeah.
All right, so what's your next pairing?
My next pairing, this is sort of I wrote this down last week, and I'm trying to figure out what the thought process was behind it. But my next pairing is, I'm trying to see if there's anybody who I haven't played. I mean, I don't need to play anybody like in the first day, do I? I don't need to play everybody in the first day?
No, you just have to play everybody in singles.
Yeah, I got that. I'm good with that. Yeah, so my second pairing this is slot number 2. I've got Condoleezza Rice.
Okay.
And I've got Will Smith written down. Oh, I know why. Because he's the best caddy of all time. He is Bagger Vance.
He sure is.
So Condoleezza Rice is an 11, but I have a feeling with Bagger Vance on her bag, she will probably go down to about a 3 or a 4. He'll take 7 strokes off of her game.
I like that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to match them up against a duo that I think would have fantastic chemistry together, even though one is a pretty high handicap. I'm hoping that the chemistry will lower that. So I'm going to pair them up against Matthew McConaughey and Jessica Alba.
Ooh, interesting.
Thank you.
Interesting.
I worked hard on this.
All right.
All right. So I have that written in here. All right. So my next pairing, this duo, I would be equal parts extremely entertained and terrified to be around.
Okay.
I have Michael Jordan paired up with Samuel L. Jackson.
Nice. Okay. I see what you did there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good because we've got a bit of a basketball movie star thing going on here with mine as well.
Perfect.
This I don't have it. I've got to have a team name for them, but I don't have one yet. But it is Steph Curry and Justin Timberlake.
That's the marquee match right there.
Yeah. Yep.
It really is.
He sings. He shoots 3-pointers. 3-point shots. 3-pointers.
What a bro pairing.
What a pairing. We'll call them the Lady Killers.
The Lady Killers. Team Michael Jordan. He's not giving his
team 6 championships.
Team, it's my name or you're not on my team.
Yeah.
That's right.
Team, get your snakes off my mother bleeping championship trophy.
Team Snakin' Air Jordan.
Cool. I like it.
There it is.
All right.
And your final pairing?
I've warned you of this. You of this. They're going to take about 7 hours to play. He's going to be busy playing the saxophone, and she's going to be busy singing some songs. I've got Kenny G and Celine Dion.
Ooh. Man, they might actually put a hurting on my pairing. Because I have them paired up with my bro squad, Mark Wahlberg and Tony Romo.
Oh, nice.
I thought they would be pretty good together, but maybe not against.
I don't know. I'd see them both being too alpha, but we'll get into this next week.
They could be.
Yeah. All right, and for day one, foursomes, which is different than 4-ball.
Right.
This is alternate shot.
Yes.
All right, I'll go first.
I said that wrong in the beginning. Yes, 4-ball, everybody plays their own ball. Whoever has the lowest score, they write down.
I've got Team QB Dream Team.
Woo!
They're so dreamy, it says team twice. And that's Matt Ryan and Eli Manning.
Wow.
They're just going to make fun of Peyton the whole time.
Well, it's a good thing they're not matched up against Peyton Manning, but we are going to have 3 quarterbacks in here because I have them playing against Tony Romo and Michael Jordan.
Ooh, that's a sportsy one.
That's a very sportsy one.
That's a real sportsy play.
It is. But I think they got it.
Meh. Maybe. All right, what's your second play?
So I really liked my original pairing for 4-ball, so I'm sending them right back out there. Peyton Manning and Larry Fitzgerald.
The same pairing twice?
The same pairing twice. Well, if they do poorly.
If it's not broken, don't fix it.
Well, if they do poorly, they just needed to use the first match as chemistry building.
Okay.
So, who are they playing against?
They're playing against the Team MLB Dream Team. Mike Trout.
Yep.
And Justin Verlander.
Wow. This is going to be good. Football versus baseball.
Very sportsy.
Very, very sportsy.
Again, Verlander throws it to Mike Trout. Mike Trout doesn't catch it. He just smashes it.
You know what? I accept it. I like it. I get it.
Yep.
All right. Who are you bringing in?
This is Team Saturday Night Dinner. All right.
Gold. Yeah.
And I've got Steph Curry.
Yep.
And you know what you need with some of your curry?
What?
Some good old Condoleezza rice.
Oh,
Curry and rice for dinner on Saturday night. That was real lame.
This is so funny.
That was terrible.
It was not good, but I'll take it.
Not good. I'll just leave all this in because it was terrible.
It was so bad it's staying.
Yeah. I had a hard time saying it.
That's almost as bad as forgetting how many majors Jack has.
Well, he, like I said, on his website, he's like, no, I got 20. Everybody else in the golf world is like, he's just getting forgetful. It's only 18.
He's won him in his mind.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I have the rice and curry. Oh God, I can't even say it.
Curry and rice. Is it rice and curry? I should have done rice and curry.
Stefan and Madame Condoleezza.
Yes.
Are paired up against Mark Wahlberg and Carson Daly. Yeah. I think that would be kind of a sneaky competitive pairing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, all right. And then my final foursome pairing. And again, this is all about chemistry.
Yep.
And I don't think I've ever seen a film with these two fine specimens of actors in them. But dang it, I want to, now that I've put these pairings together. I have Samuel L. Jackson and Matthew McConaughey bringing the justice to whoever you pick, Ben.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you've got both of them because I also did an all-star Grammy Award-winning pairing.
All right.
This is Team Music 2. Team Music 2. Because I already did a Team Music 1. And this is Kenny G.
Ooh.
Scratch golfer. Saxophonist. Awesome. All-around awesome guy. Best hair ever.
Nobody has hair better.
Nope. And Justin Timberlake.
Ooh. That one's going to be tough.
So while your guys are being all masculine, scaring off the ladies, Kenny G and Justin Timberlake will be serenading them while dropping 51 hole-in-ones.
Oh,
in just one round of golf.
Mansell Davis style.
Mansell style.
So
some good old Mansell love
and musicians. I
yes.
like it.
We've got the Oscars versus the Grammys. All right.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's going to be fantastic.
See if you guys can moonwalk in golf shoes.
They can.
No. They can or they can't?
They can.
Oh, okay.
They could do it. So we're going to save our singles pairings for next week, right?
Yeah, well next week we're going to discuss our day one who wins.
That's right.
If you guys have any thoughts, email us. We have a Facebook group, Instagram, Twitter. Hit us up.
And I
we're
think
in all those places.
I'm going to run a poll for each one of these pairings and see what you guys think.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah. That's on the Swingdom.
On the Swingdom, at the Swingdom on Instagram and Twitter. We're also on Facebook. We'll put the polls up there just so we can get it cumulative. And email us at theswingdomofgolf@gmail.com if you just don't want to take social media polls. I don't know who you are and what you're into, so we got you covered.
We got you covered because this is two guys, 18 clubs, and 0 putts given. We'll be right back with the Swingdom after this. All right, you do a live read. Do your live read.
All right. The Swingdom is brought to you by the History Through a House podcast, the podcast that teaches its listeners about the history of England through the eyes of an old house. On the latest episode of History Through a House, Isadora blinds us with science. by teaching her listeners about an old blind man that receives science's biggest honor for an oven. History Through a House. Subscribe on iTunes and other places.
That was a good read. I like that read.
That was a pretty good read.
Yeah. So this week you worked. It sounded like you worked hard on that read.
I typed well, and I even put like little page breaks in there, so I knew where.
Like Mr. Tony doesn't say to Michael, "That was a good read, son. I'm real proud of you."
Thanks, Dad.
All right, so we've got a couple of reviews. If you guys write us reviews on iTunes, because I think that's really one of the only places you can review us, I will read your review on the podcast. This is a review from Gavin C. Golf. It's 5 stars. Thank you, Gavin. And it says, "This is an awesome podcast." I have to agree with him. Good job, Gavin. Thank you. We got another one from Beansprout 1987. Great new podcast, 5 stars. It says, "Love listening to these two, mostly because I am one of them. Enjoy the rants and raves." Yeah, that was me. I wrote that one. That was actually me.
Thank you, Ben, for that lovely review, and thank you, Gavin, for that lovely review.
I've got one more. It's very entertaining and 5 stars. It's from IRQ Pieman. Iraq Pieman. Iraq Pieman.
I doubt it's Iraq.
Yeah. It says, "These guys are clearly two buddies who like golf and hearing themselves talk. I really like that. Keep it up." Thanks, Pieman. We will. You keep listening.
Correct.
We'll keep this up, and you keep listening.
All right. So we have a couple would you rathers.
Yeah.
And we also have.
I have 3 would you rathers.
I have 4, but I highlighted one.
Did we do one last week? Did we do it last week?
We did not.
Oh, okay. I know I gave you like a test one. So like the whole point of would you rather, we'll do the test one as just so people know, but it's would you rather, and then we're going to say 2 things, and you have to pick which one you would rather do or see or be a part of.
Right.
So that's easy enough to, yeah? You got that, Gunnar?
Got it.
So the one that I said is, would you rather watch Brooks Koepka shoot a 55 at RBC Heritage? A good course, a fun course, but by no means is it like a
sawgrass.
Yeah. Or would you rather watch Patrick Reed shoot a 100 at Augusta?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the one.
I like watching professionals struggle at golf because that's how I envision myself as a 10 handicap.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having a hard time breaking 80 right now.
It gets tough.
Right? So I'm having a hard time breaking 80 right now. But I've hit on most golf courses that I've played, and I've played a few times, I have hit a par on every hole.
Right.
Or better.
You just haven't put it all together.
I just haven't strung it together yet.
Right.
So for me, it's not so much the physical prowess. I know that like there's the mental part of my game that I haven't put together to do it in a way that I can shoot under 80.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nice to see these guys' mental game being taxed so much that it's hard for them to just go in and say, okay, what's the number? Perfect fairway, dial it in, put it next to the hole. You know what I mean? Like shoot a 54.
Right, and it gives you this sense, like when you watch a pro mess up, it gives you this sense like, okay, so I've seen the top of their game, and this must be the bottom of their game, and it kind of matches your game, their bottom. So you're like, oh, okay, like this is doable to get better at golf.
Yeah.
They're human.
Yep.
Golf's hard.
Yeah.
If anybody didn't know.
All right. So this is what is your would you rather?
Okay, this is a hard one, and now all mine are real thinkers. All right, okay. So this is the one I've highlighted because I'm really interested in what you think, and maybe what the listeners think. Let us know. Mm-hmm. Would you rather have grips, okay, made of sandpaper, or would you rather play with no grips at all? So just straight shaft, or would you rather have sandpaper grips? That's the answer that I thought. That's the answer I thought I was going to get.
I'm confused. Okay. I would rather not have grips.
Okay. Why?
Because my hands wouldn't be bloody, shredded messes at the end of it.
See, that I thought about. I think I would rather have sandpaper grips because at least there's grip there, and I'll just wear 2 gloves.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll just wear mitten. I'll just put casts on my hands. I'll just hold the tail of 2 cats and I'll make cats hold the clubs. I'll just have it be sandpaper. What do you mean? Like, if you're using 80 grit sandpaper, those gloves aren't lasting 3 holes.
It could be 220.
No. Oh, so now, so it could be like 6. If it's like 6, whatever. If it's 600, that's probably nicer to hold on to than my golf clubs, than my grips. The grips I have now.
They're so ripped up. Yeah, I didn't specify the grip count. I'm just saying, would you rather have sandpaper grips or no grips at all? Would you rather?
I would rather have no grips if it was a low grit count, but if it was a high grip count, I'd rather have high grip count. All right, over 120. It's got to be like 240 minimum.
All right, that's your choice.
That's sort of a weird one. That's sort of a strange one.
I'm going sandpaper all the way.
Are you?
Yep. Regardless.
Even if it's like 40?
Yeah, I need the grip. I need to be able to hold the club.
Okay.
All right. What's yours?
Okay. So the thing is like I was gonna do a would you rather, and it had you playing at Augusta National, but I was like, you would play with Patrick Reed at Augusta National if you had the opportunity to.
I'd play with a bear. Like an angry bear at Augusta National.
Okay. So I did 2 iconic courses, but I didn't want to do Augusta because it's so iconic.
Right.
So would you rather play with Phil at Pebble Beach?
Mm-hmm.
Most beautiful day of the year, at the sunset, playing 18, romantic moment if you want one, just staring into each other's eyes saying, I love golf.
Sure.
Or would you rather play with Tiger at the old course at St. Andrews?
Oh, that's a really good one.
Yeah. I was going to say Augusta, but I was like, Tiger at Augusta, instant winner.
Yeah. All right. So it is my lifelong dream to hit a ball on the hallowed grounds of St. Andrews.
We're going to do that. We're going to do that one of these days. We're going to do it on the podcast. If this podcast makes money, that's what that money is going towards, us playing at St. Andrews.
Get us to St. Andrews.
Get us to St. Andrews. Hashtag get the Swingdom to St. Andrews.
I don't know if you could hear me pounding the table, but I was.
Okay.
I'm pounding the table to get there.
You don't have to donate. We don't want donations. We want just enough listeners that we can have better product placement than tape and permanent markers.
Those are good things. They don't produce ad revenue.
No. They would be better if we had like the brand name of tape.
Yeah. Which we will not say until they sponsor us.
Yeah.
So well, you all know that Phil Mickelson is my favorite all-time player.
Yeah.
And I would.
But is Tiger your second all-time player?
No. I'd say that's probably Ricky Fowler, but not necessarily for his golf.
You just think he's a fun dude. You love orange.
Well, I really like him as a human being. So, but Phil, I would look into Phil's eyes in the middle of a landfill and tell him how much I love golf. But I would never, ever, ever pass up the chance to go to St. Andrews, and being with Tiger Woods would just be a huge cherry on top. So give me Tiger at St. Andrews.
Tiger at St. Andrews, really?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just because like for me, I also picked Tiger at St. Andrews, but I would just want to play with Tiger anywhere.
Oh, see, no, mine's more. I'm taking the opportunity to go to St. Andrews.
Yeah. But this was because I knew that you are a bigger Phil fan than Tiger fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. I couldn't pass it up. Plus, Phil Mickelson lives in the United States, and I could just kind of bump into him at Pebble Beach if I went. So yeah, I'd have to take St. Andrews, but for the course, not for Tiger. But man, that would be great.
Well then, okay. Well then, we'll go to that course. If you ever come to England, which will be soon.
It will be soon.
We'll do it. We'll do a 10-hour live podcast. You can't do a live. We'll do a 10-hour podcast of us driving to St. Andrews, and then another 5-hour podcast of us playing the course live.
That would be so cool.
People will just be like, "Wow! Like I've never listened to if watching golf is boring. Imagine listening to two people play golf
who aren't very good.
Who aren't good."
Why are there so many beeps in this footage?
Yeah, I have a feeling we're going to get less sponsorship now because I've mentioned that.
They just cuss all the time. They're so angry.
Yeah. All right. And then the other thing we did this week, just for fun, is did you say you wanted to do? Well, you should bring this up. It's the all-decade stuff.
Yeah. So the NFL brought out their all-decade team, and go Broncos. Von Miller was elected to the all-decade team, but that
not Peyton Manning.
No.
Because of Tom Brady.
Yeah, Tom Brady's probably not. I didn't look at it, but
I heard about it, and Tom Brady just happens to be one of those guys.
One of those guys. I'm cheating, but so I thought, hey, I'd like to look at the best players of the decade for the PGA, and I'm sure people have already done this. That's fine. I looked at my own data for this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got a place I go get all my data, very intricate little bits of it.
What's it called?
I put together my list. It's called Data Golf.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a very intricate name. Golf data about golf. I did the good old eye test.
So this should be a good list.
Yeah, I did the eye test. But I have 7, so I've got to figure out how to get 2 off of this.
You got to take 2 off. So do you want me to just run down my list? I'll do 5 to 1. I will do.
See, I was going to do 1 to 5.
Okay. All right. So 5th best player of the decade, I have written down as Jason Day.
Okay.
Jason Day wins his one and only major since 2015. All right, from 2015 to 2019. He played all 10 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
He has 10 wins and a major. All right.
Yeah.
Coming in at number.
He also the reason he should be there though is he had 7 wins in like 17 tournaments.
Yeah,
something ridiculous in 2014 or 15.
Yeah, he had a stretch, like a 3-year stretch where he was just winning.
He was unstoppable, yeah.
Yeah.
But for me, he only had one. Okay, never mind. You go. You continue. He's not on my list. He's not on my list.
That's fair, and that's fair.
Yeah.
This is why I like that you did the eye test and I used the stats.
And that's mostly just because he's fallen off in the last 3 years like nobody's business.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right, and that's fair. That's totally fair.
Yeah.
So at number 4,
mm-hmm.
Okay, 4th best all time this decade, I have Tiger Woods.
Okay.
Now he only played 7 out of the 10 seasons.
Yeah.
But he accumulated 10 wins. Okay, so that's almost 2 wins a season.
Yeah.
And he got himself 1 major, which was the most recent Masters.
But how many times did he win that's okay, good. I will, yes.
So then at number 3,
mm-hmm.
I have Jordan Spieth, who also only played 7 seasons because remember in the past 10 years he And I realized I said 2015 to 2019. It's 2010 to 2019. He started his rookie year. Okay. He played 7 seasons, 11 wins, and got himself 3 majors.
That's Jordan Spieth.
That is Jordan Spieth.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to ruffle some feathers with my number 2 and my number 1, I'm sure. Because this was pretty tough for me too. But until I looked at all the stats, I was convinced that I have them in the right order. Second best player of the decade is one Dustin Johnson. With 10 seasons, 18 wins, almost 2 wins a season, and a major victory.
Yes.
And maybe we agree on this, maybe we don't. The number 1 player of the all-decade PGA team.
Jim Furyk.
It's not. It's close. Pretty close.
Mr. 58?
That's right. Mr. 58. Rory McIlroy with 9 seasons, 20 wins, and 4 majors.
Okay, I have Rory McIlroy as well.
Perfect.
Yep. He's my number 1. All right.
I love it.
Rory's my number 1. Because he's got all of that, but he's also got, and I put this into account as well. He's won the Tour Championship. He's won the FedEx Cup twice.
That's right. He did.
So Dustin Johnson does not have any. Any. So let's do this. I've got number 1. I've got Rory.
Yep.
Number 2 and 3 interchangeably. I've got Brooks and Dustin.
Okay.
Because I think the conversation with Brooks and Dustin is always going to be, would you rather have 20 wins and 1 major, or would you rather have 4 majors
and 7 wins?
Yeah.
Total.
So 4 majors and I guess 3 PGA wins.
Right.
Also, neither of them have won the FedEx Cup.
That's true.
Yeah. So it's like, this is the thing. It's like I probably should put. Okay, I'm going to start again. Can I start again?
Sure.
So I'm just going to go with my 5, and then we're going to talk about what order they should be in.
Okay.
Or should I just tell you my 7, and then we can discuss this?
You can do all 7.
So I've got Jordan Spieth.
Yep.
He's got 3 majors. He's got 8 wins. So I think he's got 11 wins, including the majors. I think I did that separately. Yeah. And then he's also
total wins.
Yeah. And then he's also got the 2015 Tour Championship. And I think he's also Player of the Year.
That's true. You see, I didn't take any of those things into account.
You just took like stats into account. Yeah,
I just took straight stats. Yeah, actually, what swayed my for transparency, what swayed my tiebreakers were actually total strokes gained.
Okay.
On average per year. Yeah. That's too golfy though.
Yeah. I mean, so this is like, this is sort of, but this is like like I said, like this is the eye test.
Right.
So like I have probably two people that are definitely in it, which is Rory and Jordan Spieth.
Mm-hmm.
Brooks and Dustin, I would probably go Rory 1, Jordan Spieth 2. I'm going to change that up. 3 majors, even though one of them was at the hands of Dustin Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Dustin Johnson, if he didn't have that mistake at the end of I think it was 2015 PGA or USGA. If he doesn't miss that, if he doesn't like 3-putt or whatever it was, right. Jordan Spieth and Dustin Johnson would have 2, at which point I would put Dustin Johnson ahead of Jordan Spieth.
Yeah, and I agree. And that was the U.S. Open at Chambers Bay.
Yeah. Yeah. And so that's the thing. It's for me, it's like the eye test. Like Brooks has really only been around for about 4 years.
That's right. Right, which is why he's not on my list. See, I did 10 year.
And that's the thing. Like Tiger wasn't around for 4 years, maybe even 5.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
No,
Tiger's not really on my list, even though Tiger has such an incredible 2010 decade. He's like my 6 or 7. He's like my alternate.
Yeah, and I almost felt bad putting him in at 4, but because I didn't want to discredit the beginning of the decade. But
I think he fell off in 2008. When he fell off in 2008 after the accident, it's just he fell off, and he had a bit of a comeback, and it's like the Tiger comeback. But Dustin Johnson has 2 wins a year averaging.
Oh, Dustin Johnson. I mean, and
Brooks
so
Koepka's back-to-back USGA and PGA.
Yep.
Like that's that's insanity.
It is, and actually, if
Jordan Spieth almost had a single-year Grand Slam.
Oh man, how cool would that have been?
Yeah, like you know what I mean.
Goodness.
Then I have at who I have alternating for between 5. This is a hard one I have. I've got Justin Thomas.
Okay.
Who's 112.
Right.
Has a PGA.
Mm-hmm.
Has shot a 59.
That's right, he has.
And he's
so good.
And he's only been on tour since 2015.
Right.
So in 5 years, he's crushed it.
He has crushed it. And now I could probably switch him out for Jason Day.
Because that's basically, and then this is gonna be the controversial one. But this is my eye test, and it's Bubba Watson.
Yeah.
12 wins, 2 Masters and a second in the PGA. Not a whole bunch of wins, but to win the Masters twice. In a decade. And then after that, but like the Tiger comeback, there's so much from the 2000s that rolls into the 2010s for Tiger. He's like my number 7. But yeah,
I don't disagree with you on Bubba Watson. I really like that pick.
Bubba Watson is like a very, very, very close 6. But if it was up to me, it'd be Rory, Brooks, Jordan, Dustin interchangeably.
You're cheating the system.
All right, then I would go with Dustin. I'd rather be on tour for 10 years.
Right.
And have one major and know that I'm in the prime, focusing on all the stuff that all my friends around me have.
Right. And he's still so dominant.
Yeah. So 2 Dustin Johnson, even though I'm sure more people would rather be Brooks Koepka right now. I'd rather be Dustin. I'd rather be under the radar, just cruising, crushing it all the time.
Right.
I'm just going to write this down so I don't forget it. Then I've got Brooks or Jordan.
Okay.
I would have to say Brooks just because Jordan has had like the fall from grace.
Mm-hmm.
Like he hasn't done anything in 2 years.
No, he hasn't.
Like he's missing cuts.
Bad.
He's like bad missing cuts.
Yeah.
And then, I'd probably say 5 is JT.
I like that list.
Close 6 is Bubba and 7 is Tiger.
Mm-hmm. I really do like that list.
So, and that's my eye test. That's me starting to watch the PGA 10 years ago.
Right.
Like me in 2009, 2010 being like, okay, I have a girlfriend now, and she doesn't like it when I watch other sports. So golf is a nice, quiet sport. She'll let me watch. That was the beginning of my love with golf.
That's right. All right, so I like those lists. 2 different lists, 2 very good reasons. And then now I think though that your eye test and my data test.
Oh, I'm sorry. Justin Thomas also, I gave him the ultimate 5 because he won the tour championship.
He did.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So we decided that we were going to pick the top player from the LPGA from the decade. And It sounds like your eye test and my stats came to the same conclusion, right?
I think so. Like there's the one who I sort of wanted it to be, and then there's the one who like it undoubtedly has to be.
Right. So I'm going to say mine. And I think this is the one who undoubtedly has to be.
Yeah.
But I want to hear who you want it to be. But with 18 wins and 6 majors and just 2 putts away from the career Grand Slam is NB Park.
Yeah, I had NB Park as well, who I wanted it to be. She came in as like a star phenom, I think 5 years ago, a child phenom at like 16 as Lydia Ko.
Yep.
But she's
good.
I don't know if she switched clubs. I don't know if it's when she switched to PXG or if she changed coaches. I think the thing is, like, you change coaches, they want to change your swing.
Right.
If I ever make it to the PGA Tour, which in a few years you might see me there.
Right.
If I ever like win and then I'm like, okay, I need to get a new swing coach, somebody slap me.
Yeah, I'll be
like play this for me. What I want to do if I ever got big, if I was in any of these people's shoes, I would get a course management coach.
Yes.
I mean, it's like
Absolutely.
It's the thing you see at the pro level in so many different things. But like, to me, course management is the equivalent of like clock management or game management.
Absolutely.
Like in football, yes, like Bill Belichick is a master defensive mind. But without like without a great offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator and time management skills, like there's so many playoff games where you're like, why are they taking timeouts now?
Right.
Or why haven't they used – like they have 3 timeouts. Like use a timeout with 4 minutes left.
Yes.
Like what do you know what I mean?
Tools.
Don't change your style of play in the last 2 minutes because you have 3 timeouts left.
Right.
Use the timeout so you can continue your style of play.
Absolutely.
And that's sort of what I would love it, like for somebody to just be like this in 2015, Jordan, this is where you hit it at the Masters. This is what your strokes gained was off the tee. This is what it was in the fairway. This is what it was on approach. This is what it was chipping, and this is what it was putting. This 2018 at the majors, this is what happened. And these are your different pinpoints. From, hole 1, you were a lot more comfortable hitting a 7-iron from 175 yards than you are a gap wedge from 130. Like, you're going to get a better lie. You're going to get a better angle at the pin. You're going to have more control off the tee. Like, why isn't anybody, like, trying to drill strategy into, like, strategy is the number one opponent on the golf course. And it shouldn't be. It should be it should be your friend.
Ben is fired up, folks.
So many people are just like, no, I'm going to drive it through. I'm going to drive it through any advantage I have on the flat ground.
Right. No,
I want to roll it all the way to the bottom of the hill. I want to roll it all the way to the bottom of this hill. 320, it lands at 290 at the top of the hill, which is like a 3, like say that's a 3 wood. And it rolls out 320. Would you rather have a downhill lie 30 feet below the green, or would you rather be 10 feet above the green from an extra 30 yards? Like, would you rather have an 8-iron in or a gap wedge?
I'd rather have an 8-iron in if it's a flat shot.
Yeah.
Course management.
So that's my rants. My next rant is going to be on this genius guy. Somebody's throwing on the Facebook.
Me?
I am.
About me?
No, one of the guys at my golf course is throwing shade.
Oh, no.
So I was looking at this. This is the genius invention promotes safe social distancing on the golf course. It's it's like a hook, and you pull it up with your putter, and the ball comes up on like this little plate, and it comes out of the hole.
Uh-huh.
Have you seen this thing yet?
I have seen pictures of it.
It's called the Easy Lift Ball Retriever.
So
put them in now. Flip the benches and get the Easy Lift Ball Retriever. And every time you think somebody's getting too close with you, just swing your 7-iron around you as hard as you can. If you hit somebody,
just helicopter around.
They're too close.
Right. If I can hit you in the face with my golf club, back up. So I put somebody put that on the golf club that I'm a member of, Bovey Tracy Golf Center. It's a very, very fun golf club I'm a member of. And one of the guys threw shade. He said, when was the last time you put a ball in the hole? Why would you need one of these?
No, I said we need these in our lives, and he said, Ben, you don't need to worry about taking the ball out of the hole, mate, do you? Thanks, buddy. Thank you.
At least he called you mate.
Then I've got the golf pro stepping in, and he says, oof, 1-0. You better get back at him, Ben. We'll take this to the course. We'll take this to the course.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's the fun part about being like a member of the golf course. They do Tuesday, Thursday, like walk-ups. What's it called? Nice. Yeah. So we do Stableford on Tuesday and Thursday nights at 5:00. It's just brilliant. It's like,
you and I played Stableford once. I really like that.
Yeah.
That's the first time I ever played. I enjoy it.
Yeah. That's my rants. We've got the Ryder Cup in. We've got the Would You Rather in. We've got the All-Decade in. Is there anything else to get in?
No, I don't think so. I think we're all cleared up here.
Next week on The Swingdom, we're going to have PGA schedule changes.
Yes.
Yes. And we'll look for other things around our offices that this can be promoted by.
That's right.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
All right, cool. Thanks for listening to The Swingdom. You can check us out on iTunes. You can check us out on the Google Play, on Stitcher. Please comment, leave reviews. We'll read the comments on the air. Right now we have 10. We've yet to get any emails with any pictures of people playing Augusta National. So nobody's won 3 golf tees and a free divot fixer tool.
Wow.
So I guess, yeah, we'll and the time was up a few days ago, so we're gonna have to. Yeah, that's over. Sorry about that, guys. We'll think of another idea. Maybe for Open Weekend, British Open Weekend, we will do. Yeah, we'll do another. We might just do the same tournament. We'll do the same contest, but not at Augusta.
Not at Augusta. Well, nobody's getting
at any British or Irish golf course. We'll figure that out.
Yep.
You have anything else to say?
Nope. Rate us, review us. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Check us out on the Instagram, the Twitter, and the Facebook.
That's right. We're putting together some new content, so we'll get that up.
We're going to have a website up and live by the end of this week or next week or the week after.
It's going to be good. We're coming at you from everywhere.
Yeah. So come back at us.
Yeah.
All right. We are 2 guys, 28 clubs, and 0 putts given. Thanks for listening to The Swingdom.
Thank you guys so much.